So I think I learned a lot today, and I hope that you do too. But I know we were kind of tough on ourselves for a little bit this afternoon, so I wanted to close with something at least a little bit more uplifting. And I chose an old West African folk tale that tells of a man, an elderly but wise man, who used to walk just outside of his village every morning and sit beneath a shady tree where he would think. And one day a weary traveler comes up to him and says, "Old man, I've been traveling far, and I've seen many things, and I've met many people. Can you tell me, if I go into this village here, what kind of people will I meet there?" And the wise man says, "Well, yes, I'd be happy to tell you that. But first, tell me, what kind of people have you met in your travels so far?" And the traveler says, "Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I have met the most awful people. I've met people who were selfish and unkind to strangers, people who didn't care for themselves or anyone around them. I've met young people so foolish I could learn nothing from them. And I've met old people who so lost all hope that they depressed everyone they came in contact with." And as the traveler spoke, the wise man had a disappointed look on his face, but he was nodding in a very knowing fashion, and he said, "Yes, I believe I know exactly the kind of people you speak of. And I'm sorry to tell you, but if you go into this village, I believe that's exactly the kind of people you'll meet there too." And the traveler said, "I knew it," and he kicks the ground and he says a few unpleasant things, and he storms off down the road, never even bothering to go into the village. Well, a couple of hours later, another traveler came upon the wise man and said, "Kind sir, I've been traveling far. I've seen many things, and I've met many people. Can you tell me, if I go into this village here, what kind of people will I meet there?" And the wise man says, "Yes, I'd be happy to tell you that. But first, tell me, what kind of people have you met in your journey so far?" And the second traveler says, "Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I have met the most amazing people. I've met people who were kind and generous to strangers. I've met people who cared for one another like family. I've met young people with a wisdom beyond their years. And I've met older people whose passion and zeal for life has brought joy to everyone they came in contact with. And I have learned much from all of them." And so the wise man says, "Yes, I believe I know exactly the kind of people you speak of. And I'm happy to tell you, if you go into this village, I think that's exactly the kind of people you'll meet there too." So the traveler says, "Come then, and introduce me to them." Now, the lesson of the story, of course, is that what you see in other people is determined in large part by what you expect to find there. And so my advice to you as you leave here today and go back to your offices and work with your teams and your direct reports, your bosses even, look for in them the traits that you most wish to see. And I believe that that's exactly what you'll find there. And I can say that with all confidence because I believe at this company and in this function that we hire the most amazing people. People that are kind and generous, even to the newest among us. People that treat one another like family. We have young people here in this room with a wisdom beyond their years. And we have experienced people whose passion for what they do can inspire any of us, even on our worst days. And I have learned much from all of them, from you. So I believe Phyllis is going to come up here and dismiss us, and I think there's a happy hour where you're all invited to stay and perhaps meet some of those amazing people that you haven't met before. I'd encourage you to do that. And if you do, come find me and let me introduce you to some of them. Thank you.